It's a Sunday, and I have two lives that I have not posted, and I forgot to post them on Friday. But here's the thing, I didn't know it was Saturday whenever I thought it was Friday. So I might just upload it Friday or this Wednesday. So that will work out. So today I didn't have to skate to work, but I had to skate home, which is all good. It's all good. Listen, at distance for a job does factor in a way sometimes, but when you don't have neither thing to do, you should find every other way to get to work. You know, you should find every way to get to work. If your job is 7 miles away, your car broke down, get to work. Walk that shit. There's no sidewalks. There's everyone drives crazy. I'm like, yeah, it's everywhere you go in the world. There's Scooby Doo. Um, this is gonna be a short live because I gotta go to work in a few moments, and it's great. It's not like the job that I had before this, and I didn't have a month. I didn't have a job for like 2 months, literally 2 months, and having a job is very important. And I have no vehicle. I have no vehicle, so getting to work kind of sucks because I either have to walk or I have to skate. So getting to work, if it's 6, 7 miles away from your place, walk it. Hey, what's up, James? I walk to work, I skate to work. And if I didn't have a vehicle, well, since I don't even have a vehicle, I get to work walking. Because if I had a car and it broke down, I'll leave that car and get to work walking because look, before we even had cars, we had our feet. So getting to a job walking is on the other way. What's up, Scooby Doo? Hey, Diane. So if you have a job and your job is 7 miles away and your car is broke down, do not say, hey, boss, I can't make it. I can't make it. Yes, you can. Walk to work. Walk to work. Oh, I have to work 12 hours. You know what? I've done it. I've walked and rode a bike an hour and a half just to work an 8 hour job. And if I had to, I would have walked it too. But I've walked all my life to work. I've had abilities to get a ride with someone. But 4 miles, 5 miles, 6 miles, 10 miles, dude, if it's gonna put food on your table, don't call the boss. Hey boss, my car don't wanna work. Can you find any other way to get work? No. Yes, you can. You could get to work by walking to work. Um, because if you don't want to walk to work, then I don't know how you're going to make your money if you're going to lose that job. And having a job is like very important, like I said. So remember, if your car breaks down, walk to work. If you can't get nobody to take you to work, walk to work. And if it's raining, get your uniform clothes, put it in a bag, and then there you go. There's no excuse. So then, whenever that job says, hey, thank you for coming in regardless, come into work regardless. There's many people out there that go to work sick, and I'm sick. I have a runny nose. That's why it's what it is, and it sucks, But hey, if I don't go to work, then how am I supposed to succeed in life? I'm not no person that gets handouts or goes says, "Hey, I need a quarter." I don't go up to people asking for money. I work for a living. That's what we gotta do. I was not born with a silver spoon, and even if I had a silver spoon, I would feel sorry for the people that don't get to. We will get medicine soon. Well, I took some Dayquil like 3 o'clock last night. Then I started cleaning. He, and then woke up ready to work. And who gets their clothes ready before work, like the night before? Do you get your clothes ready before work? Meaning the night before. That's the question. Do you get your clothes ready for the night before work, or do you keep it? Do you have to get up automatically and get clothes, or do you wake up and already have your clothes ready, your socks ready, and everything else? Because you know what? Growing up, my mom did that for me in a way. So, that's one thing my mom taught me is get your clothes ready the night before, really. Because it'll be less stress the next day. And you get to work easier. You can't say, oh, I couldn't find my t-shirt, I couldn't find this. Well, find it the night before. Find it the night before. Because I'm going to be honest with you. Going to work with like 3 hours of sleep, it sucks. It really sucks, but hey, you got to work. I have to skate to work. I have to walk to work. There's 95% of the time I don't get rides to work. So you gotta be reliable on yourself. You gotta be very independent for yourself. Um, and a lot of people appreciate you more whenever you go the struggle that you gotta go through. Hey, what's up, Ray? Good morning. How are you? It's a beautiful day out here. And I'm just talking about work. How to get to work if you don't have a car. Walk it. Skateboard it. Learn how to skate. Learn how to rollerblade. Ride a bike. But then again, riding a bike kind of sucks at the same time. If you get a flat tire, you're just gonna do what you gotta do with it. But with myself, I go to work. I've had to ride a bike. I had to ride a bike, leave my place of living, and ride a bike an hour and a half earlier than my job itself. And I left myself 30 minutes to relax. And working 12 hours, that's one of them. Working 12 hours and then riding a bike on top of that. And coming home and take care of the house because an ex wanted to not do nothing while you're at work. That was a pain in the ass, man. It's like, dude, I work 12 hours in the heat of an oven pretty much, and you don't want to clean the house. Well, Scooby Doo, you could try to start running. It may just help. I gotta blow my nose. But for those that are watching, do you walk to work? And if you had no car, would you still try to go to work? Would you still go to work if you did not have a car? If you didn't have a bike, would you still walk to work? And if you do, that shows a lot in you. Because I've had to walk in the rain, and that is one crappy situation. But I don't worry about it because this rain goes away. This job has to stay. You know, so walking in the rain to work, get a bag, put your clothes in it, put your shoes in it or something and get to work. That's you don't need to rely on nobody but yourself. And getting a job is hard. Yes, it's hard to get a job. It's a full-time job whenever you're trying to find one. So, if you don't want to get up and look for a job, then you ain't going to get nowhere. 7 mile walk is not that bad. Walking 7 miles is not bad, and working 8 hours that day, and then walking back 7 miles back is not that hard. Your body will be cramped up, but it's not like you're gonna lose yourself. You ain't gonna lose yourself if you walk. Oh, a blue jay, blue jay. No, it flew away. But no. See, I learned how to skateboard. I know how to rollerblade. I know how to ride a bike, and I know how to walk. So if I don't get a ride to work, I'm gonna walk to work. That's if I don't have my skateboard. If I don't have my skateboard, then I'm gonna walk. If I don't have a bike, I'm gonna walk. So whenever you see people walking to work, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. Oh, my ego's too high. I can't walk to work. If they see me walking the road, they're gonna make fun of me at school for walking to work. What happened to your car? Oh, it don't matter. I'm getting to work. You know. So that's probably why a lot of people say Americans are lazy because they don't want to work. They don't want to walk to work. Sometimes I feel like I'm not even American because of the fact that I do what I do to get to work. I mean, it's it's how it is to me, you know. Hey, fur. Um, I had to walk my miles. And good morning. It's all good. I won't be on here long because I gotta hop into work. Um, but it's. You honked at a damn squirrel. That's cool. And saved that squirrel's life. I used to. Well, I skate. I walk. I ride a bike. But thing is, riding a bike to work is great and all. But once you get that flat tire, then you're like, oh no, cry about. You don't cry about it. Just move on. Just move on because, for I'm gonna tell you something. I walked through a darn forest the other night in the pitch dark with a bike. I think I was talking about it one night. I think I was talking about it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So, with that being said, if you if your car breaks down, walk to work. Um, because oh, your job is too far. Well, it kind of sucks if your drive is like another county over, but that's why you always should get a bike. Get a bicycle. Learn how to rollerblade. Learn how to skate or something because don't be ashamed to walk to work. Don't be ashamed at all because that job may just give you a car. They may offer you a ride. You might have to give them gas money to get to work, but hey, it's better than nothing, right? Thing is, it's hard for me to rely on transportation, so that's why I took the initiative to walk to work, to ride a bike to work. I would get the bus, work, Melville, 40 minutes. Right? Hey, Where I'm at, there's no city bus. There's no city buses at all. And so it's like, then, oh, I've lived in a state where there was buses and it snowed. And to get to work on time when it snows and you have to take the city bus, get on the bus before the one that you usually get on. Because if you get on the bus um, that you get on every day at the same time every day and it's snowing, I'm gonna tell you something. They're gonna block some roads off and they're gonna detour, and you're gonna have to be at work at 6. You're gonna end up there at 6:30, 7 o'clock because they had the bus had a detour around. Then what are you gonna do? So, if it's snowing, get on the bus before the one they usually get on. That's how I got to work on time. Because when it snows, the bus does have to take a detour around. Hey, that's cool. That's cool. Um, so I did not have a job for 2 months. I applied. I applied. I applied. I called. I called. And that was a full time job. Are we really going? Man, hey, that is what? Can you not be so? No, I'm not going to answer that question. Anyway, nobody answer that question. That's a ridiculous question. Um, well, yes, sir. Okay, there was a paved road. It got a little. It was less traffic coming back from work. Hey, Mongrito. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm not gonna answer, but one of my moderators could keep you from saying anything on here. Hey, Fur, can you do something about that, please? Thank you. Thank you so much. But anyway, it don't matter the distance for me sometimes when it comes to work. 10 miles is one thing. It's all good, Scooby Doo. What you do is whenever you click their name, and it'll say block them for a certain amount of time, remove their comment, or something like that. I'll teach you when I get home. I hope I don't. I mean, I'm not hoping, but I don't care if I have to get home at after whatever. I don't know. Like, dude, how am I? I'm not going. Dude, there's no. What the? That's a ridiculous thing. Oh, we got. Yeah, we got. Yeah. Um. So we do have dangerous roads because it is like a highway still, but it's still woodsy. So the only thing I gotta worry about is the people that drink and drive. Also, yeah. So leave an hour and a half before you go to work. Good morning, Bill. Good morning. It's a wonderful day. A question: what's the distance you're willing to walk to work if you have no car? What's the distance that you'll walk to work? Hey, hey, listen, for that's why you put your clothes that you're gonna wear in a bag, and then put them on at work. That's the one thing. That's what I do. I put my clothes in a bag, or I hang on to my shirt, and that's how I go with it. Well, Rosa Parks. Wait, what? Oh, wait, then. So none of that. I don't want to hear none of that stuff. Thank you. I'm serious, man. What, dude? I didn't come up on here with all that nonsense, man. I'm trying to talk about work, and they're talking about who, what, when, where on a bus. Like, jeebers, man. Yes, right. Extra clothes, but find a sprinkler running through somebody's yard. But no, looks like the same troll. I know. Hey, if anything, we're going to block them. I'm going to actually, if something comes up on this chat like that again, good. That's a good answer for, because I'm going to tell you something. Some people don't want to work because they have to walk 4 to 6 miles and work 8 to 12 hours. Okay, there's people that don't have jobs. If you don't have one, there's some out there for you. Trust me, there's jobs out there. You just got to continue to succeed. You know, you got to succeed in life. If you don't succeed in life, it's like you got to do something. You got to do something besides. If that person pops up on there and talks like nonsense again, I'm just going to ban them from this live. So, if anyone wants to have funky conversations on here, just know you're either going to get blocked or timed out like a little kid. You know, you're going to get timed out or something. So don't be with that nonsense. Um, so I've had to leave an hour and a half to work just to get to work. I've left 2 hours just to get to work on time. When it's about to say it's about to rain, you want to leave an hour before it rains. So whenever you're halfway to work, it may rain at that time, but hey, you will have what you. Hey, Fur, if if those two people hop on here talking about that nonsense about bus rides or whatever, get them out of here. You know, because obviously they don't have no sense in their head of anything. You know, but my family looks at me like I'm crazy because of the fact that I walk to work or I skate to work, you know, or bike to work. I rather do all those than drive to work almost, really. Because once that car breaks down, it's crazy. You're going to have to leave it there, then you got to call someone to come pick it up. Just go to work. You know, let the law enforcement know that your car is down or whatever. It'll get picked up, blah, blah, blah. So, there's excuses, but no one has, you don't always have to use them. Excuse me. So, excuse me. Oh yeah, there's a one troll. There's a troll that usually hops on here sometimes, and I remember him from last year when I had my long hair. If you ever see this like Tony the Tiger thing or whatever on the chat, it's all Tony Tiger, or whatever. He wants to sit here and talk about moms and stuff. I'm like, dude, get out of here. hey, it's a risk you're going to have to take. It is a risk you're going to have to take. Every day people take risk. I mean, if it gets broken, it's broken. But hey, you got a job, right? That's I've had to do this. Man, Scooby Doo 89 had to leave her car in a bad area. Oh, I can't lock up. Well, what if they can't lock it up? But then you shouldn't have so much stuff in a car then. Uh oh. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, um, I take out TK4287. Take him out. Take that guy out because they're being a little bit ignorant. Block him. Let me block him myself. Report hate speech. There we go. All right. Okay. He is now reported. Hey, Scooby Doo, it's all good. Thank you for timing him out. He is now blocked for racial and all that stuff. So let this little cat come back up on here. He isn't going to have less than 9 lives soon on this, though, chat. I can't believe he said that. Talk about, hey, Asher, Alisher. But, the opportunity to ride a bus and get to work is great. If that's the only way you're gonna get to work, then that is it. But if that bus breaks down, then you're gonna have to walk to work. So getting to work is important. Your car get break down, lock it up. Look at these Blue Jays. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh man, that must. Now that sucks. See, the thing is, it dang man, the bus broke down. Um, I've had the buses break down and everything. Luckily, the job allowed me to. Um, well, no, I didn't ever get on the bus and it broke down. I haven't done that. I get it. I get it. Hey, at least you got back to where you had to get to, you know. And when it snows in, hey, and whenever it snows in New York, do you get on the bus before the original bus you get on to go to work, or do you get on the same bus at the same time that you always get on every day? What is the distance when something's a block away? Ooh, good question. I've heard it's one street light to another street light. That's what I've heard. But if there's no street lights, how do you measure that? That's another question. How do you measure that? All right. Man, I'm talking about. Bye. That guy's gone. How many people are going to keep on doing that? The mom shit. What's so great is it's funny when you want to talk about someone's mom, but when someone talks about your mom, you get upset. So it's funny. But everybody, I'm gonna hop off here because work is about to start, and it's what it is. So peace out. True, true. All right, for Scooby Doo and the other people that are on here, have a good day at work. Don't come up with no excuse you can't get to work because you could always walk to work. Later.